Welcome to Fun Fresh Footy with Pete and Ash. All right, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't think I had the settings set up right, so that's fine. That's why you didn't hear that. Oh, fuck.
The intro's really long when you can't hear it. Like,
well,
it
I can hear it through my headphones, and then I just saw you eyeballing me, and I'm like, oh dear. Look, it's anything like that's like the beginning of this podcast. Like that was already an indication that it was gonna probably be a few bumps along the way. So that's fine. I'll pop the intro in. So everyone else, you should have been able to hear that, but Petey obviously didn't hear this.
But like when you're listening to the intro, it doesn't sound long. But when you're just like listening to the like silence while it plays, it feels like it goes for a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time of you staring at me like.
For anyone that doesn't know, the reason we say that there might be a few bumps is because my computer just completely shut down and restarted while we were about to begin, and Kremit's screen has gone completely pink and blurry. So
hopefully when I upload this to YouTube, which everyone should be doing, so jump on the Fun Fresh and Footy YouTube page. Fingers crossed that it doesn't come up blurry. Otherwise, I'll take it down and we'll just fucking scrap YouTube altogether. So it is the first day of spring today. So the 1st of September, 2021, the weirdest year I've ever been a part of. How are you? Like the sun is shining.
Yeah.
It's weird old weather, but like.
It is. Got out for a nice little bit of exercise this morning. It was lovely.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Well, I did when I woke up, I planned on just running 5K, and then
we'd actually spoke in depth about both running 5Ks yesterday.
Yeah. And I was originally just going to go for a walk, and I was like, nah, fuck it. I'll do the 5K. Yeah. And then I like got to 3Ks and I just wasn't having any fun. And I just walked the rest. I probably only walked another K home. And then I just did like a little work.
Did both of the things that you wanted to do, walk and
run. And then I just did like a little kettlebell workout in the yard when I got home. What about you?
That's not that unproductive. Well, like you said, I spoke to you and I'd agreed to do the 5K. So I was like, I really need to start pushing myself because the last K is the one that really fucks with you. I need to mentally get through that. But then my alarm went off and I snoozed it and I was like, no. Then I like woke up and I was like, fuck man, I really got to just do this. I know I'll feel better if I just go for a run. But I was like, fuck it, I'm just doing 4. I'm bitching out on the 5Ks.
Yeah, I just like wasn't feeling it today.
No,
I don't know.
Do you know what? The 4Ks was even harder.
I'd like stopped.
Like a different route that I did.
I'd like stopped at one point to like pick up a dog poo, and I like stopped there for a second while I was doing it. I was just like, do I really want to keep running? And I was like, oh, I guess I will. I'll keep going. But then I got to 3Ks and I was just like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. And my calves were getting tight and I was like, no.
And I know this is going to sound so gross, but like, I don't know why, but my mouth produces a lot of saliva when I run.
Mine's not saliva. Mine's like coming from deep in my bloody body. I like
really like, I don't know how to describe it. You're probably better off at describing it than me, but it makes me feel like I fucking want to choke when I'm running.
I spit when I run.
Oh, I did a lot of spitting and fucking these ones to the side, which is super COVID nice.
But that's what I mean. I like, you have to really just like pick your time, because if anyone's walking past while you're like spitting a mad golly while you run, it's like very frowned upon.
Oh, look at us fitness freaks. I'm even in my fucking Nike shirt, Just Do It. I specifically wore this because when I was going to go on my rant about following the page, like just do it. So that's why I wanted to wear this shirt. It's also from our good friend Brooke at Sacred Vintage. So jump on and check out some of her stuff too. She's got heaps of cool stuff. So obviously we are fitness freaks, which is great. We suck at running. What else have we been up to?
I don't know. Wait, do you mean my week?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I don't know. I had the worst sleep last night because I like watched a bunch of TikToks about like rapists and like crackheads and stuff like earlier, and then
How is
it
that
was like
coming up in your stream?
well, just one came up and I just kept watching. I went into it and purposely sought them out. It's that soft white underbelly. I don't know if you've watched it. It's actually like super interesting.
No,
But
but speaking of underbelly, I fucking finished a season of like underbelly yesterday.
yeah, but this one's just like soft white underbelly and he just like brings people in that are just like off the street and stuff. But it was like very interesting. But then there was a lot of noise going on outside last night and Frankie was growling and there was just like noises going on. And I'd convinced myself that someone was going to break in and kidnap me. So I had like a really bad sleep.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So then I was like, that's why I think I couldn't get the 5K done today.
Yeah, 100%. It fucks with your head.
Yeah. Plus I also think I'm
mental game. Running's fully a mental game.
I also am I got my Pfizer shot, my second dose on Monday, so fully vaccinated now.
Good. So like, what can you do now? Nothing.
Well, I need 2 more. You got to have 2 more weeks until you're actually like fully immune from the vaccine, like 2 weeks after your second shot. So, which should be hopefully about when they're opening. Yeah, at least for vaccinated people, yes.
What's the date for it? Is it the 9th or the 10th?
The 10th?
I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest.
I think.
It's literally coming up within the next week or so. So I think I get my second AstraZeneca shot on the 9th. And then fucking hell, yeah, I'm good to go. Actually, that's what I was going to say. Like, predicament. When like this shit show ends, when this period pain of a fucking lockdown ends, what would you rather our first encounter be? No, it's not work related or anything. Would you rather like grab a coffee at fucking Convoy and go for a walk, get ourselves some oat milk lattes, and just sort of like go for a nice coastal walk? Or would you rather me turn up to your house with a carton of cruises and we rip and tear and then end up at the Prince and then the Cambridge?
I can't see why we can't have both.
Yeah, actually, we did. I never even thought about that. I was like, she's going to pick one. I never
like a coastal walk with an oat latte and then come home, drink cruises in the backyard and.
Oh, that tastes good. I didn't even think of that. You've rolled both of them into it.
I think that's a lovely like Saturday, Sunday kind of.
That'd be mad. Hopefully, like I'm coming into my weekends off when.
My yard has been like so nice and sunny and beautiful lately, and I just think fuck, it's bender weather, but it's just sort of like not worth bendering on my own.
Well, I did that on Monday. So when I come off work, I fucking demolished like a carton of Carlton Dries, which is like not even my normal go-to drink. And
that's a pretty good bar.
No, it is a good drop, but oh my god, I was so drunk and like so like the headache that I had the next day was like fucked. Which is why we better segue into our good friends at Dr. V, because what happened was I woke up from my little post-work bender by myself where I just pounded drinks into the ground. And I like felt sorry for myself in bed for a bit. And then I was like, oh, what can I do? I was like, I know I can smack some Nurofen, probably go have something to eat. But there's something else that I'm missing. And I'm like, oh, it's sparkling energy. It's the Bender Mender. So.
And how did it go? Did it help?
Yeah, oath. Because like I said last week, it helps with hydration, upset tummies. Fucking what else did I say? It's full of nutrient dense berries, which I definitely wasn't going to eat. Like you should have seen the weird sandwich that I made myself when I woke up. Like it was not healthy at all. So lucky I was sucking the guts out of one of these. And before I knew it, I'd come back to life. So Bender Menders, I know that we've said just because they aid in hydration, like this actually did cure a hangover. So it is God's gift to this earth. And I think that everyone on this that listens to this podcast, I know there's only 11 of you, but you should head over to dr.v.energy. That's their Instagram handle. I have written everything down today. or drv.com.au. Have a look at what they've got. Honestly, if you're in lockdown like me and just destroying yourself with beers constantly, the Bender Mender is a definite go-to. And then obviously, Petey, do you want to tell them what to do when they get to the checkout?
Well, really the best thing about it, if you're going online, you got to shop online at the moment because, you know, it's COVID. You can't go out and get things. When you go to the checkout, you put in the little promo code box, you put FFF, all lowercase, and you'll get 25% off. So literally a quarter of the price off. Yeah. And I just wanted to touch on one of the things you were saying about the hydration. I actually watched a video the other day, like online as I was just like scrolling social media. Anyway, I watched a video and it was like a person saying like tips they've learned, like genuine like scientific tips they've learned for hangovers. And they were like, hydration, like you can't just drink water. Like the amount that alcohol dehydrates you, just water is not enough to like rehydrate you. Like, so you need like a Bender Mender or something that's got those. That's it.
That's like, pretty much what the note said. You need a Bender Mender specifically.
Yes, it said specifically a Bender Mender. But yeah, you need that like key hydration element that a Bender Mender has. Because water won't do it.
Can I be honest? Since partnering up with our like great mates, Dr. V, great mates, like really appreciate them. I have never touched a Barocca or a Gatorade or a Powerade since. And I feel like I've been on top of my game, like really on top of my game. Except I'm drinking a fuckload more as well. But that, like we just said,
it's because you know that you've just got this one little silver beautiful bottle that will cure you the next day. So you're like, meh, I can drink a carton.
I'm like, I can do whatever the fuck I want because I know that this is going to fix me because it says be better. And I just drink this and then I automatically, feel better. And then I'm like, you know what? I can be better. I can be better. So that's Dr. V. Cheers again for sponsoring the show. So other than like my little piss up, I just worked. Oh, yesterday I was like talking to you. It was kind of hilarious that we were both sunbaking and listening to the same podcast and like both cackling at the same bits.
Yes.
Yeah, it was actually the weather was beautiful yesterday, and I think we're meant to have like obviously a glorious first day of spring, and then tomorrow's meant to be nice, and then when I'm back to the smelt, it starts to rain, so it'll rain all weekend.
Good.
For you.
That's good. At least you won't feel like you're missing out on anything.
No, to be honest, it's nice when it rains there because it's fucking like 4,000 million degrees inside. But yeah, I really haven't done a great deal. Like I worked my full first block, which was good fun. I'll tell you off air about some of the things that happened. I probably shouldn't touch on them on here. But yeah, I literally just wrote weekly wrap, work and drink.
Yeah.
And watch some footy.
I watched a bit of footy. It was a pretty boring weekend. I was just feeling a little bit like, I was just a bit like you've been saying the last few weeks, just a bit like nothing went wrong. I just was a bit over like not doing anything.
It is. It's boring and like you've really got it. Like this morning when I promised myself that I was going to go for this run, I was just like laying in bed and I was like, I don't want to go. But then I was like, no, just fucking do one thing. It's such an effort to do anything. But anyway, we did it. We both went running. We both like still clocked some Ks. We got out in the sun. Frankie's obviously been out too.
Yeah, Frank came out for a run. I just felt like I was like, I don't know, like I watched the footy and then between the footy games, I have to literally get up and I like run around the house and like do some like fucking jumps outside and shit because I'm just like little ADHD fucking can't control myself.
Can you get Big P to film that next time?
He would love to. He literally cracks up because I just run around doing like fucking leg swings and stuff through the bedroom and that.
That's like a very different to what I do in between the football games.
Yeah, I know. I just get like very hyperactive. But also, yeah, I was pretty glad that I've been like quite good since my Pfizer shot. And I'm,
so you didn't get crook or anything from it?
I was a little bit tired, like the night of and whatever yesterday, but not really. Hey, like
Because Mum had her second Pfizer and she like felt pretty crook the next day. But I think she may have also been hungover as well because we ripped and teared while we were watching the Roosters game.
Yeah, that's fair. Because like Jade, my roommate, she just had her AstraZeneca, and obviously, and then Jen had hers like the same day as I had my second one, and Jade's actually like rocked her. Like she was in bed for a couple of days and feeling like super sick.
Yeah, my first one fucking rocked me, and I was just like, beauty, I've got every single side effect.
Yeah, and then like Jen and I both. Well, Jen had her first AstraZeneca, and I had my second Pfizer, and both of us were fine yesterday. I think.
I just guess it depends on the person. Like, you know, I'm really hoping that my second jab doesn't fuck me up as much as it did.
Yeah, I feel like if the first one did, the second one won't.
Fucking hope so. Righto. Well, that's excellent that you're double vaxxed. I'm halfway.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this friggin' day that we're going to have where we drink oat lattes and walk Frankie. We might even go for a swim, fun, fresh, and we should get those swimmers made that we spoke about earlier in the year. Maybe that's for another time. And then just rip and tear at the pant until we're ready to go and fucking let loose at the Cambridge. Oh, that sounds like my dream day.
That is a good sounding day.
All right. Well, let's see if this works.
Better bring up some notable mentions.
Yeah. Got that one?
Yeah, I had that one. Thank goodness.
Thank God.
Would have been a very disappointing day if I didn't get to hear that.
Because I don't know how to add that one onto the editing thing now that I'm in the editing game. Oh, actually, we never even introduced the podcast when we started, so. But that's all right. We said that it was going to be bumpy.
I'm sure you all know. If you got here, I'm sure you all know what podcast it is.
Well, we may be rebranding, but we'll touch on that at the end. All righty. Do you want to start with some notable mentions? I'm sure we've got oodles to talk about.
Yeah, so there is a few. So starting off, I talked to you about this it must have been the Thursday night game. Ponga just giving Watson the hospital ball of doom.
Oh my God, yes. Just poor thing. And he got snapped.
He got actually snapped. And it was just the biggest hospital ball. Like, you can tell Ponga's a little bit salty that Watson's leaving him.
Yeah, well, look, it could have been that, but fuck, man. Who did they play? The Raiders. Did they?
No.
No, the Titans.
The Titans, yeah.
Yeah, and he just got snapped. Fuck. Man, I've thrown, playing 10, I've thrown many hospital balls, so I know what Kaylin, I know, I don't mean to, but I'm just not very good.
I reckon he did it a little bit on purpose.
Yeah, take that. Whoom. For the first fucking, just like the rest of our cattle.
Yeah. And then also, we were talking about this, but David Fafita came on. He'd been on for 5 minutes and he scores a try, and 3 Knights players literally just all
so impressive.
Slid off his body. And I was like, holy shit, he's so strong. And it was very good to watch.
And hot. It was
Yeah, everyone was sort of getting up in arms saying he doesn't do enough for how much he's paid, but he had a really good game still. I think he's just not
help the coach, whoever, I can't remember who the coach is, but they're now bringing him on with 10 to go. I know, I understand why they're doing that, but yeah,
he can't have 20 something runs a game if he's not on for that long.
Yeah, exactly. But when he was out there, I think it's just because that one time we had him in a multi and he just disappeared off the field the whole time. And I think they got beaten by the Broncos, which was even worse. But yeah, that was so good. He just pretty much walked up the right edge and there was 3 of them carrying and he just pretty much palmed and they all slid off him.
Yeah, that's pretty mad. And also another one, you might have seen us post on the Fun Fresh Footy story, a picture of Angus Crichton, and then if you went into the post, there was a series of all of the Roosters players looking jacked. Whoever.
What did you say to me? You're far out. What's with the Roosters posting all these thirst traps?
Thirst traps. They are literally just fuck, we're all injured. We got to post thirst traps.
A couple of the girls got behind that and were messaging the page and being yes, more content like this, please. I was we'll just follow the Chooks.
I was saying this to you that, whoever the S&C is at the Chooks, we've had conversations about them before, but they are very good at getting them in shape and looking good. But Like, I think they're missing the mark on the injury thing. Like, they're looking great, but they obviously like not held together so well.
Well, we discussed, and like we can discuss it on here really quick. Obviously they're eastern suburbs, they're from Bondi, so they're a bit more bougie than say some of the other Sydney clubs.
It's more Sydney.
So, and like when I was a Merriweather mum, yourself and I would indulge over things like oat milk lattes. I feel
almond
like
lattes, oat milk lattes.
Yeah,
I've always been of the persuasion of almond lattes. I actually had one yesterday.
Oh, well, I live in Maitland now and I don't really leave the house to go and get coffee. Actually, I just drink Bender Menders, to be honest. But anyway, I'm thinking that maybe the Bondi boys are running down the same sort of footpath as us, and they're drinking these oat milk lattes, almond milk lattes, and they're not getting the fucking same sort of calcium as full strength cow milk. And that could be potentially why there's so many injuries. I know a lot of them are soft tissue, and that has absolutely nothing to do with calcium.
Yeah,
but
doesn't.
Does it, but?
Well, maybe. You never know. We could have a little bit of osteoporosis leading to a few of these things. I mean, Joey Manu's was a bone injury. But I don't think that's from oat lattes.
That's one that I want to have like a proper in-depth conversation about.
We'll have a big yarn
that
about
one
it.
to the end.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe do you reckon they've hired a bodybuilder as their S&C this year, and maybe that's why?
Well, possibly. Like, they still play fantastic football.
Oh, but that's probably the playing is like probably more the coaching staff, but like I'm thinking maybe a bodybuilder's doing just the S&C.
Yeah. Well, in saying that, it was like Angus Crichton and Victor Radley who we were like going, holy shit, look how big and fit and strong they are. And they have been on the sidelines for 3 weeks, and they've probably been doing nothing but fucking lifting tin. Literally.
But yeah. I also had down that Philip Sami had a great game in that Titans game. Titans.
I actually thought the Titans, like that was a really good game on Thursday night. I was very disappointed when he slotted that field goal over, because I definitely didn't take it.
Yeah, no, I also didn't. Anyway,
he did play well.
We'll touch more on that in the review.
Did you have any more?
Yeah.
Go on then. I've only got
That's all right. Okay. I've got a few more. Well, one of them, I'll skip through some of them. I just wanted to know, do you think Chance Nickel-Clockstar is one of the happiest boys in the NRL? Have you seen his post-match interviews?
Potentially. None of them.
He's so great. Like, he literally just comes and his smile is like from ear to ear.
He's got a big grin, eh? From
ear to ear the whole time. And he's just like bursting with positivity. Like, he seems so happy and nice.
He also has been playing his dick off as well since he's been back.
Oh, he had a great game.
Well, actually, I remember when he came back, he dropped the first ball that he caught. But then after that, he played really well.
Yeah, and then this week he had a great game.
This week, which is concerning.
This is actually one that you sent to me, and I thought I'd write it in my notable mentions just so that we didn't forget it. You sent me a snap of a ski erg in the park.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So now we've had airdyne bikes, ski ergs, and rowers.
What's next?
On my run this morning, the rowers were back.
Oh. Actually, on my run this morning, it was actually quite depressing. They were taking the football post down at McKeechie's. I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I was actually considering like buying myself a footy, and then I saw that and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know friend of the show, Liz. I know friend of the show, Liz, was quite disappointed that they've taken her goalpost down in her local footy field.
Yeah, I seen that. Poor thing. It's all right, Liz. Only 6 more months and they'll be back up.
I also had in the Broncos game that Piacore. He is a new one. He was on debut. He's only a young bloke. He's in the forwards. He came out and put on this like mad shot on the half.
He got sent off.
Yeah, and he got sent. He'd been out there for like 5 minutes on his debut, and he got sent for this like shot, and it was like marginally late, but not that bad. Like it was not that bad. Like surely it was just a penalty. And I just felt sorry for him. I'm like, this poor kid's on his debut trying to just like prove a point and come out and do something good, and you just set him off straight away. Like,
yeah, I know. I did see that because I was at work on Saturday, so I was trying to like catch bits and pieces of the games, and I saw this poor fella like got run on, then run off. Kevy's like walking him up the fucking tunnel, like patting him on the back. It's like,
yeah, poor kid.
Well, at least
and he looks like
your debut.
That's true. He looks like he can put on a shot though.
Yeah, he'll be good. Just time your runs, mate.
Yeah, timing. I've got a few. We had, obviously I feel like this one might be one that you've put down, but Josh Morris has announced his retirement at the end of the year.
Yeah, so that's sad. We've fucking like it is incredible how many like senior players have like resigned. Well, not resigned, but like retired or like been injured this year. This has been like
apparently
with the weirdest fucking year ever.
Apparently with Joey Manu out now, like 7 million of our cap is not playing.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know what? I think
at
the end of the day, yeah. And I think at the end of the day, it probably is the right move for Josh to retire. Like I know before he got injured, like the week or two before Kieran had his spot, like he sort of was, he's still great. Like he's still such a good player, but he probably is like at that time of his career.
He wasn't starting for a bit. Like
Kieran, I think he was probably starting to slow down. He was probably a touch off the pace. So I think he's had a great career though. So congrats to him.
Yeah, words out of my mouth. He's had a phenomenal career. And it's just awesome that he got to end his career at the Chooks, and we got to see him play, both of them play live. And
yeah,
which one was, I don't know which one won the premiership with us, but
I don't know.
They both look the same. I know at one of the games I was yelling out to one of them, but I was yelling out to the wrong one. So they look exactly the fucking same, and I'm like not good with twins.
Yeah. I've got just a couple.
Did you have Adam Dewey out the rest of the season?
Oh, I didn't write that down, but I did see he's out with an ACL.
Yeah. So,
which is disappointing for him.
I don't think they'll make finals, but so.
No, I think their season's pretty much done, so I don't think it's like a huge issue.
And it's done with me anyway.
Yeah, same. I also had that, like Pappenhausen. I don't know if you saw in the Storm game, he got like, it was like someone hit him kind of front on, didn't even touch his head, but he kind of like semi-whiplashed himself.
Ugh.
And he just like spaced out like hard.
He hasn't really come back in full force since his
concussion. No. And I think that, and that's the thing, as someone who also has suffered a lot of concussions, like once you have one, they're really easy to get again. Like it doesn't take a huge hit to concuss you. And that's why I get them.
Probably like a little bit hesitant as well, because like, fuck, they'd be getting hit way harder than what. Oh, well, you probably get hit hard because you're lippy. No, I'm kidding. But like, I would be hesitant too, considering his was so severe and like he spent so much time on the sideline, and it doesn't just become like, well, like you've suffered from concussion, so you could probably tell this better, but it becomes quite a mental thing as well. Like the haziness, the fogginess, it can become quite dark as well when you're on your road to recovery.
Yeah, I think it's quite like having those symptoms is like super shit. And obviously like, I think just the way that it was hard, not even a contact to the head, and it looked like he had that sort of concussion face. Like he didn't get taken off for a HIA in the end, but like he just kind of like spaced out. And I was just like, it probably shows he needs like a whole year
to get over it.
Something like that. Or at least, yeah.
Well, yeah,
I would be, if I was him, I would be like low key wanting to, not that it's like, obviously it's bad because they want to win the premiership and he wants to be a part of that, but you'd be just thinking of potentially.
Isn't that why Wade Graham, like, because Wade Graham, I don't think he retired, but Wade Graham from the Sharks, he stepped away from the game for several months due to concussion and to sort of sort himself out. Or did he retire? I can't remember.
No. He's so he'd had a few this year, and then he had another one more recently, and they were like, no, he's going to need a few months off. But it was not funny, but kind of funny. I don't know if you remember in that game.
I remember we spoke about it.
It was like pretending it was like his Hemi or something, because he was just like, he would have known that his season was done, that he wasn't going to be allowed to come back so he was just sort of probably trying to pretend, but. Yeah.
Well, hopefully he does come back. And yeah,
I have a few. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, I just hope Pappy starts firing again because he is so good to watch when he's good. I don't really like him,
and he definitely hasn't
him.
come back. He hasn't come back to that level just yet, but, you know, he's gone all right. He'll get there.
We'll get there.
I have a couple non-NRL ones that I think are important to touch on. Obviously, as a netball fan, they had the netball grand final over the weekend and the Swifts beat the Giants. So it was 2 New South Wales teams up against each other. Which so it was good to see an all New South Wales GF. And
Go the Swifts.
Up the Swifts. I used to be a big Swifts fan when I was younger.
I was a bit of a Swifts fan too. Growing up, I think I got signed netball at a fucking gala day or something once.
Bloody oath. And then also I thought I would touch on the Paralympics because that is on at the moment. And Australia is going great. They've got 13 golds, 21 silvers and 20 bronze. We won gold in the men's 4x100 freestyle relay and we set a new world record.
Yeah, I was just watching some of the stuff on Sunrise, like literally this morning. Because I haven't really been watching much of it, but then them just sort of doing the playback, I'm like, wow, we are fucking killing it. Like they're doing
they're going great.
And it's so disappointing seeing all those posts about how they're not like rewarded the same way that regular.
They don't get paid any money for a gold, which is ridiculous.
It's fucking so stupid, but
and it's really sad.
So hopefully that changes in the near future. Keep going.
I hope so, yeah. And I was just going to say we've got 2 golds in the women's table tennis as well as I think we've got like 6 in the swimming all up, heaps in the track and 1 gold in cycling, I know. So we're going very well.
Didn't Dylan Alcott, the tennis player, he won, or did he move into the final or something?
I think he moved into the final, so I think he's going for the Golden Slam or whatever.
Yeah.
So and then last one I think his name was Tom Hodgett. I don't know, you might have seen this video getting around, but last night he was in the finals for the shot put. He's an Aussie, and he ended up coming 7th off they called it a foul, but like when everyone was watching the replay, it was pretty evident that it wasn't a foul. Tom Hodgett, I think.
I'll look it up after this.
Anyway, he's had the great post-event speech. He just was like classic. He's just going, I would die for this country. I would just die. He's like, and he's going, I'll be back. This is what I want to do. And then they're going like, how do you feel out there? And he's like, I just feel great. I just love doing it. Like he was just had so much ticker about him. Like he just wanted to be there. You'll have to go and watch it. Like it was really good watch.
The jersey, like he loves it. He loves it.
Yeah, he kept just going like, literally that's some of the words he used. I think he was just like, I'm so proud of my country. I'm just proud to represent this country. I would die for this country. Then he goes, I would die for this country like the Anzacs if I had to.
Wow, Tom Hodgett, righto. Get around that, everyone.
So he ended up
that.
I think he came like 7th or something in the end because of the foul call. But yeah, like good on him. It was a good.
He lives and breathes Australia, and that's what
he lives and breathes shot put.
In shot put, which is like the most random like event as well.
That's it for me.
Can I touch on just one non-football related thing?
You can do whatever you want.
Excellent. Because I'm going to anyway. I just wanted to bring up petrol prices. Have you noticed how expensive petrol is at the moment? Like, is it's really expensive in Newcastle?
I have no idea because you know what? I haven't bought petrol
since the house.
Since the start. So I bought it at the start of my last week of placement, obviously because I had to drive out to Maitland every day. Okay. Bought it on the Sunday Arvo or whatever. No, the Monday Arvo before I go for my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to Maitland. Haven't bought petrol since then. This is the 3rd week.
Okay, so never mind. I've just noticed that petrol, like E10 is like $1.64 or something, and I'm like,
what the heck?
Yeah, I'm like, is it? And like that's like everywhere, and I'm like, is that because like they don't want us traveling, or like is that the government not wanting us to travel, or if
maybe
there's something going on in the world?
Maybe they have to make it up because. Like maybe they have to make it more expensive because less people are buying it. So to make money, they have to make it more expensive. Because you think about me, like I'd normally buy at least a tank a week or so, well, like depending where I'm going, but I haven't bought a tank in 3 weeks. And that's included 4 trips to Maitland.
Well, if anyone knows, can they please reach out? If there's anyone that's like oil or fuel.
You don't go past Sandgate anymore, do you?
No.
Yeah, because I feel like it was always cheap.
One of them ones at, like, when I drive home from Tomago, there's one at Taro that I frequent. Came quite friendly with the gentleman there because he knew my order. But I actually haven't been there for ages, to be honest. But yeah, they've got one. I do have one of those cheap ones. But yeah, I just noticed that petrol was like so fucking expensive, and I'm like, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, could anything else be weird in this world? All right, I'm just going to quickly blow my nose.
Excellent.
Do we want to quickly touch on the Joey Manu and Latrell incident that happened on Friday night?
Yes, I think we should.
I think we should. Now, obviously, on this show, we are big advocates of both players. We've pretty much blown so much smoke up both of their asses that like they would have big heads anyway. But yeah, so obviously for those that don't know, on Friday night, I think Joey was trying to offload the ball and Latrell kind of came in reasonably high, leading with the shoulder, made contact with, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know, the fucking eye socket of Joey. And then the swinging arm came around. Like, I don't want to be like super judgmental because like I'm already off Latrell for what happened, but like I don't want to be super biased and whatnot. Like when you watch the shot, especially like in slow motion, which they fucking did 400 million times, like it was high and it was like contact to the head, and then like his shoulder hits him in the face like flat out. And then the arm, like just because of how quickly Latrell's moving, and Latrell is a big, strong boy, he's hit him, and then the arm comes flying around after. So like, he may have intended to make a tackle, but it was obviously high contact of the head, which is something we want rubbed out altogether. And the fact that it fucked Joey's face up like instantly. And
and I think obviously
hottest boy on the field. You can't have that happening.
And like, so I think the way I see it is obviously I don't think he meant to break Joey's cheekbone or anything like that. But
no.
At the end of the day, it was super lazy.
Oh, 100%.
And super reckless. Like it was. And the other thing that I have an issue with, which I haven't heard too many people talk about, is like Gagai already kind of had Manu like wrapped, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and that's why he was trying to get the offload out.
All Trell really had to do was come and like wrap up that ball or whatever. Yeah, like he didn't have to shoot out of his line and shoulder charge him. Like someone already had him wrapped up. Like I just thought, I don't know. I just felt like it was unnecessary and it was like not well thought out. And I just think
it was, like you said, it was very lazy.
It was lazy. And it was like, he is so good because we obviously speak very highly of Trell on this show, but like, it was just like,
yeah, I was mad. I was drunk and mad by the time.
I was super cranky at the time because it's just like, you've just like, you know, reckless things like that literally just ruined someone's season and your own season. Like
exactly.
Like Joey had, it's just hard to. And like, I felt a little bit bad too because Joey was, I had tears in my eyes when Joey was coming off.
So did me and mum.
Because he was like, looked so emotional. Because it's like he
full spraying Latrell.
It was like
spraying someone.
Yeah, but I thought at the start he was kind of like, dude, like what the hell? And then it was like Trell just kind of brushed him and was super rude about it. And that's when Joey started to get super teary and like emotional about it. And I was like,
he would have known that his season was over.
He knew his season was over, and he would have just been like, seriously, because they would be mates. He would have just been like, fuck, seriously, from a mate, like why would you even do that?
I know, it's like when we verse like our friends, like you would never go out and intentionally try and hurt someone. And that's the thing, like Latrell, not that I've seen anyway, like Latrell hasn't like publicly come out and said anything. And I'm like, I don't like, it's entirely up to him. I don't think he needs to publicly come out and say anything. Like he may have messaged Joey behind the scenes or whatever, but like, I don't know whether he owes it to the Rabbitohs or whatever to maybe come out and publicly say something. That's entirely, I don't know, whatever their deal is. But like you said, it's fucked. Like you've ruined someone else's season. And you've ruined your own. Like 6 weeks, I think, is fair.
Yeah, I think so. And essentially, he's ruined the club season. Like, South are no chance now.
No, because he's definitely their X Factor player. What else was I going to say? Bless Jared Hargreaves for spraying him
spraying him after. There's been a few people come out and say that like he was out of line to spray him after, and I just thought, are you kidding? Like, no, he's okay. They didn't. It's not like they had it's not like he went and punched him. He just they had a few words, like, and I think there's nothing wrong with that.
I completely agree. I would be fucking if someone broke your face, I would fucking be up in their face and yipping at them. Hopefully they wouldn't hit me.
But this is what I was saying too. Like, this is what it was frustrating for me. Like watching was after that. Obviously, Trell only got 10 in the bin where he should have like 100% been sent off.
Oh my God. Don't even fucking get me started. Yep. Let's go.
Anyway, and then we had none of our enforcers like Jared Hargreaves, Victor Radley, Angus Crichton. They were all on the bench. So we just had all these like second grader players who just didn't have the ability to enforce anything. Like
they had no idea what was going on because fucking the Bunnies scored within.
Well, Latrell scored. As soon as Latrell came back on after his 10 minutes, he scored. And I was just like...
thoughts on him throwing the ball down at the ground?
Again, it's just stupid. Yeah.
Emotions were running
high. Gets too emotional and he just gets too that's a dick... That's a dick move to just like slam it at like poor little Fletcher Baker who just got trampled by you, slam it at his head. Like, it didn't hit him in the head or anything like that, but it's still
it's so dumb.
You're just being a tosser basically at that point.
Just kick the ball or just
kick it away,
celebrate.
Throw it at the ground, not at someone's head. Like, just do a move a meter over and throw it at the ground. Like,
I'll just go over here. Yes.
It was just annoying me because I feel like if, say, like Jared, like Hargreaves or Radley were there and Trell came at them, like 100%. If he was running at Victor Radley,
then they would be fucking sidelined again for another
I know, but you know what I mean? Like if Trell ran straight at, say, Radley would have come out of his line and axed him. Like there's no way he would have let him score that. So it was just hard not having like the right players out there to kind of like not get him back, but just sort of like prove that you can't just fuck around with our teammates and get away with it kind of thing. Like I feel like they're but also obviously you go.
No, I was just going to say like it just fucking sucks because again it's another player out. I don't think
one of our best
players is now out again because of some stupid fucking reckless thing. And again, the bunker took forever to fucking make a call on it. Like I hate like getting on here and bashing like players or referees, even though I do it anyway. But I just hope people don't think I'm this salty bitch. But like I just fucking hate how like it takes forever for them to make a decision and then he gets 10 and then
like they didn't even want to send him for 10. They literally weren't gonna. It was only that, and like obviously this goes into Robbo having his spray after in the press conference. Like he like Robbo said this, like Joey literally had to go over and like point out Latrell and show that his face was that cooked for them to even send him for 10. Like they weren't even going to send him for anything.
Yeah, like I don't know. And like I loved Robbo's comment when it was like, which is hence why he probably got like a $40,000 fine or whatever. It's like
I think he got $20,000 personal fine and like the club got fined $10,000 or something.
I love how he's like, does fucking like circus music play or something every time like there's a Roosters player injured? Is that what happens in the bunker? Is it just
he's like every time a Roosters player gets hit in the head, I feel like there's just circus music playing up there.
I was like, oh, that was funny, but that's all right. We've got the money. We've got the money
just came out. I was like, you could just tell he was like had it. He was like, nah, fuck this.
He would literally.
He came out and he was like all the examples from the year of like when they had been badly treated by the bunker. He's like, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna just say everything.
Well, look, to be honest, like as much as I'd love us to win the comp, we will be doing it with second graders. So it's
and that's the thing.
It's annoying.
Yeah, and then like Wayne kind of struck back because someone said, oh, you know, Robbo said that Latrell needs to get that part out of his game, which when you actually listen to Robbo's press conference, he sort of says it like very nicely. He's like,
I was going to say, he doesn't sound like a dick at all.
He was like,
he doesn't, no Jeff Toozy or anything.
No, he said, I love Latrell, and he, that's what makes him a great player is the fact that he does these things, but he just probably needs to get him right more often or something. But like, yeah, I just think, I don't know. And anyway, then fucking Wayne came back and was like, oh, well, I don't think he should be talking about me like that. He's got enough of those players of his own. I was thinking, what do you mean players of his own? He doesn't have any players at all.
We don't have any players because they're all sidelined. Like, I feel like ours are like the only ones that are sidelined for fucking an eternity. But yeah, look, our wishes go out to Joey because we hope you have a speedy recovery. Obviously, you are our hot boy of the year. Like, you 100% like snagged that title. Peter and I love you. We hope you learn your lesson with Latrell in your 6-week suspension because we do love watching you rip and tear, but we just don't like you ripping and tear our boys' faces apart.
Yeah, well then, because we were talking about it, and not that this is super related, but like in the last like 3 weeks, he's broken 2 faces, like because he broke AJ Brimson's jaw.
Oh my God, he's just...
And I'm just like,
what the fuck is going on in your head, kid? But I did hear on the news this morning, which I could completely disagree with, and I think needs to fucking stop. Apparently his family have been getting like death threats and stuff through Instagram. Yeah. And I was just like, that's just fuck like me. It's a game of fucking footy. Like we can sit on here and talk about what's right and what's wrong, but like get off these keyboard warriors that think that, oh wow, I'm going to fucking like threaten to kill your family. Like
that's just fucking out of line. Like that's so out of line. Like one.
What are you getting out of that?
What are you...
Like, what are you getting at? Are you actually going to fucking drive to Tari and kill his family?
Of course, we were all cranky. Like, everyone was upset that, that we lost Joey and whatever, and it was...
Yeah, regardless of whether you're a Chooks fan or a Rabbitohs fan, like, you're disappointed regardless.
Yeah, but it's not, like, fucking...
worthy of manslaughter.
Kill anyone's family. Yeah, like... It's not even worth, like, even people that just get on their posts and write, like, shit about them, like, me and stuff, I just think...
Yeah, I'm like nervous for the day that we're like super famous and like we have haters that post stuff like that. We just get promoted.
Oh my goodness.
We just get promoted on such and such. They're the only people that comment on our stuff.
Yeah, all our comments on our posts are like promoted on Reality Records.
I'm like, oh, I'm nervous for the day that the bots actually stop messaging us and it's actual proper hate. Alrighty. Well, like I feel like we've probably dribbled about that enough. What we might do, let's just whip through the scores of round 24. We'll say what we both got in there. We won't touch heaps on the game because I feel like we've sort of talked about that a lot. And then we'll
have a few things to say. I actually have notes this week.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, let's just start from the top. All right. So the Knights beat the Titans with a field goal. So 15-14. Pierce slotted that on Thursday night. Anything to say?
No, I took the Titans. It was a bit sad. They lacked a little bit of X factor. I thought Jaden Campbell still played well, but not like he did the week before.
It was a bit of a wep at the start. It was definitely a wep at the start.
Yeah, and then he kind of lost his wepness as it went on. But yeah, it was a bit sad. It was a bit annoying.
Fafita was hot, but running up and like that try, but I don't want to talk about it. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Friday night, Raiders beat the Warriors 28-16. So Sebastian Chris got a double. I put here that
but I think that Warriors were up like they were 16-0 or something, or 16-6, and then
they were winning for majority of the game.
And then Raiders just like came back and pumped him.
Because I was like watching this game on Friday night and I was like, oh, I tipped the Raiders, but I'm sitting here like hoping that the Warriors win. I was like, fuck, I hate when I do that.
I know. But they came back. They had a good game. Raiders played really well and Chance played great. I think once Chance came on the field, because he started off, I think once he came on the field, they started to just get better and better.
We're big Chance boys now. Like
I'm definitely on the Chance bandwagon.
But I also wrote that Hudson Young played really good. He actually put in 2 like really like I think one went dead, but two like really good kicks, but like still, let's still put pressure on Warriors to sort of like, fuck. Rapana, he scored, and like I said, Sebastian Chris got a double, so they were more of a second half team, but we've got them this week, so that'll be
an interesting game.
I'm looking forward to it. Look, Roosters got beat 54-12 by the Bunnies.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about it.
We've kind of talked enough about that. We've talked enough about that game. We don't have the troops at the moment, and that's the hardest thing.
Who was the front row that scored a double for the Bunnies?
Oh, Mark Nichols.
Yeah, so that was like congratulations to him, and he was also named captain this week for the 2020.
I saw that. Good on him.
So score 2 meaties and you actually get captaincy. So we're going to give it to Trell apparently. Now they're like,
can't be doing that with 6 weeks on.
You can't break people's faces. You have to just score tries like organically.
Yeah,
grow into the captains, get the captain's role. All right, first game on Saturday. So
Dragons versus Cowboys.
Yeah, so Cowboys beat the Dragons 38.
Did you end up going Dragons or Cowboys?
I think I went Dragons, but
yeah, because I remember last week I was just like Cowboys, and you were like, "Why?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just had a feeling." And apparently,
my notes from last week are so much neater than my notes from this week. Fuck! Wow, they look like a 12-year-old kid's written them this week. It's probably because I did it on the lounge.
But Dearden for the Cowboys played a great game.
Did he? I can't. I watched this.
He's really starting to rip, and I think it was like his first win in like 2 years or something like that.
Yes, it's his first win this year because that's right. They broke their 10-game drought or whatever.
And before that, he was obviously with the Broncos, who weren't winning
anything. Yeah.
So the poor kid would be feeling a little low on confidence. So it's nice he got a win, and he honestly played really well. Like he had a great game.
He scored a try as well, so he got one just after halftime. Felt got a double.
And I don't know if that Hampton
scored.
He's so quick.
Is he? I didn't.
He took off, and he took off, and I did not think he was going to have as much toe as he did, but he just was like, whoosh.
Oh, beauty! Well, that's what we want.
Pin the ears back and fucking took off. I also had that Ravalawa had like a super good game. He came out and literally folded Ravalawa, folded some people,
Ravioli,
and just bumped the ball out of their hands and like a few try saves. Like he had a great game.
Oh well, we love loose carries. Oh, he scored too. He got a double. So congratulations, Rav. Dragons are just I don't know. I probably would have, if I was at home, I probably would have been cheering for the Cowboys just because I don't really like the Dragons.
I will say the Dragons, like, there's some good young players coming through those. So they had Sloan out there, Amone, and Bud Sullivan.
Yeah, that Bud Sullivan had to be good.
Yeah, so they like these 3 young ones, and they and Lomax obviously, but they were just like linking up so well, and they were like really.
Actually, I heard that apparently Lomax has broken his hand again.
Yeah, Lomax is out.
Yeah, beauty. Well, I don't think they'll make the top 8. Are they?
No. They can't.
Remember when they were coming like 6 for ages, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on in the world?"
Yeah, that was weird, eh?
Alrighty.
Sharks versus the Broncos.
So 24-16, Cronulla got up. Was this another close game? I don't remember what.
Yeah. I just remember, I don't know. Well, I don't have a lot to say about this. I remember Tessie New kind of stepped up for the first time that I haven't seen him like proper step up in a while.
Yeah,
and he
got a double.
That's about it.
I haven't written anything.
It was a pretty unremarkable game.
Did Moylan do anything? Did he even play?
Yeah, Moylan came on. He played quite well. That Metcalf isn't too bad too. I thought Trindle was okay. He lacked a little bit of something, but yeah, Moylan definitely like helped them.
Trindle's a halfback. Yep. So I'm just looking at the team list as we speak. Yeah. Well, maybe they need Moylan like starting. But
and I think he is this week. So that'll be interesting.
So this was obviously the game of the round. Now, I didn't watch any. Oh, I watched the like mini of it. The Storm versus the Eels, 22-10 Parramatta's way. So that was mad.
Great game.
Well, was it a great? Yeah, sorry, you go. Like you talk about it because
Obviously, the Storm are a little bit like off their game. They definitely weren't playing as well as they have, but I don't think they have for the last probably 3 or so weeks. They haven't really been at their top. But Eels, honestly, the defense was like unreal.
Yeah.
Their middles just like dominated the Storm's middles.
Forward. Oh, pardon me. From the mini that I watched, their defense was fucking incredible. Like
their defense was so good. Like the Storm were threatening like at least 2 times per set. They would have a thing where they were threatening for the line normally if they were down that way. And Eels literally just like diffused it all. Like they were so good. Obviously, Paulo got our weapon of the week and well deserved. He played so good.
Yes, he was fucking mean. Like, yeah, like that's the thing. Like Parramatta have such a big pack as well. So like it's weird how they sort of dropped off like over the last couple of weeks. But like that would be exciting if they actually started playing well. Unless they and the first week of the finals. Then they can.
And like Fergo came back, obviously because Sivo's out.
Fergo. Scoring a double.
So good. He had a great game. He played.
I love Fergo as well.
Me too. He's so like just like lovable. And
so it was Fergo got a double. So Joey Lustig, which is I think who we were getting confused with the other week when I said Freddie Lustig, who I said I think
Freddie Lustig.
No, Freddie Lustig plays for us.
Yeah, but he's on loan for someone to the Sharks or something.
I thought he injured himself.
No, he's literally on loan, which I don't know why we would be loaning him out when we've got 0 players.
All right. Well, I just turn up on Wednesdays and just talk shit with you. I don't actually know what's going on. And I don't know whether you agreed with me or not, but do we think Hayes Dunster, who also scored, is he a bit of a honey?
Yeah, he is a honey.
Yeah.
He's not super good in defense, but he's a honey.
Yeah. I was like, he's kind of hot, but I don't know whether it's just like the blonde tips that he's got going through his hair. He's kind of got.
He does have some nice blonde tips.
The Dylan Brown look, which I was like, but anyway, I was like, oh, well, he's another hot boy we can add to the list. Congratulations, Parramatta.
Yeah, definitely. I also will say there's obviously a lot of chat around whether Pappy should stay in the 1 jersey or Hines should get it, because obviously Pappy hasn't come back too strong and Hines was like ripping and tearing, and they've sort of lacked a little bit of flow since Pappy's been back. What do you think?
That'll be interesting because there's that, obviously that stat, or not, it's not really a stat, but like how Hines has been involved in a grand final but didn't play, and involved in an Origin series and didn't play as well. So,
yeah,
I mean, if he's fit and ready to go and Storm want to win, I don't know why you wouldn't put him there.
The one other thing I will say, Harry Grant had a shocker.
Yes, my hot boy had an absolute shocker.
All the forward passes from dummy half.
Forward passes, yep.
Shit decisions. He had a shocker. He apparently, I think he played the whole game, which I think is probably too much for him.
Yeah, because Brandon Smith was in that lock position I'm pretty sure most of the time. Actually,
which makes it interesting.
I'll see how many minutes he played.
Okay, which makes it interesting because obviously Harry Grant's touted to be this best hooker. But essentially you need a hooker that can play a full 80 minutes of quality football. And if he can't do that, like you're going to have to pay him too much for a player that comes off the bench.
That's it. No, put perfectly well. I completely agree with
that was
but like he's
interesting.
Very young
but Storm are going to have a look at themselves and see they'll be fine, obviously.
Well, actually Fox is out now too. Didn't he hurt his hamstring or something?
Hamstring, yeah, probably only like a week or so.
But still, like,
yeah,
some big games.
I think I think that they definitely did need a loss. Like and I'm also super glad they didn't beat the Chookies record.
Oh yes, thank God. Yes, I completely forgot about that. That was like
the Chooks of like 1942 or something.
I had it up here, but I forgot to write it down. Yes, I was super glad about that. Even my dad said, he's like, at least they didn't beat your record. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
God. So you're tied with us now for another season.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're the second one to come to it, you've got to beat the record to have it, whereas like it just stays with whoever had it.
I like that. I'm happy to swing with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
So Roosters still hold the record for most consecutive wins in a season.
Up the Chookie.
Spread it.
Spread it.
All right, Sunday. Now, this was played at like 2:00, I'm pretty sure. So Manly defeated the Dogs 36-18. I was asleep. I have wrote didn't watch.
I did watch.
But I've also got written here, so between Saab, Garrick and Turbo, they've all scored 20 tries each this season.
Yes, which is a first apparently.
Which is fucking insane. And like Garrick's got 20 tries and he's also kicked 100 points.
Yeah, he's insane.
They're like, I know they only verse the Dogs, but like they're next level. So what, you tell me about the game. Is the game any good? Or?
Well, yeah, in saying that, like the Dogs sort of kind of had Manly fucking up against the post for a bit. Like
I saw the messages in the group chat and they're like, what the fuck's going on here?
The Dogs played super well. The Dogs were up and they honestly played really well. And to be honest, the thing that got Manly rolling was a try that was awarded to Tommy. That was a no try. Like,
yeah, I have heard about that. Yeah.
A lot of controversy. Like he literally he like fell down over the line kind of on his back and Hetherington kind of had his arm under the ball. So he didn't get it down the first time. Yeah. And then Tommy like dropped it into his lap and then picked it up with this arm and put it down over here.
Okay. So it's sort of like swapped arms.
Yeah, but just knock on because he had no control of it. And then they allowed it. And so that was...
Well, I was just like, shave your head and get a hat trick. Like, is that what the go is?
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Fucking finals ready.
Yeah. He actually had a few mistakes too.
Let me get them up for you. It won't tell me what they are. But
I think he had like a drop or something. Which is not bad, but for him, not bad.
He had 2 errors. Saab had 3 errors.
Saab fucking left like 4 tries out on the field. Saab literally, like, there was one, he just had to put it down and he, like, dropped it. And then the next one, he just, again, it was just passed to him and all he had to do was catch it and run. He just dropped it again.
Oh,
he had
fingers.
some shockers.
That's
and he still got, like, 2 tries or whatever.
I was going to say, he still scored probably a fucking hat trick.
Yeah, and the Dogs are going better. Like, they are playing well. They just had pretty shit 5th tackle options, to be honest.
And they're also versus Manly, who is a like top 4 team as well. So I still think that scoreline probably doesn't.
Yeah, honestly, they had I reckon they had Manly scared a little bit for a while. Like they were playing really good footy and keeping them there.
Yeah, I think at halftime or just before halftime, it was all tied up and we'll talk about the Dogs a bit more when we get into our preview. Last game on Sunday, the Battle of the West. Panthers defeated the Tigers 30-16. Now, I only watched like the first bit and then the last bit because I had to go to work. But all I've wrote is Tavita Pangai Jr. is a fucking beast, and that jersey looked way too small on him. Like, he's enormous.
Yeah, he is a big boy.
That try that he got, like,
I thought he's working better. Obviously, this is his 2nd week with the Panthers now.
Yeah.
And I thought the first week he was sort of like didn't have a huge impact, and this week I thought he sort of found his place a bit more.
Oh wow! Like his try that he got was like, Dad like called. I was having my dinner, and Dad's like called me out. And he's like, "Quick, come watch this."
Yeah, well, because he was like the king of he's always had really strong runs, and he was always like king of the offload. So I think now he's in a team where he can like literally just stick to running hard and offloading, whereas I feel like he had to do a lot more at the Broncos.
Similar to like Kickow as well. Like Kickow could always like run really hard and had that good offload opportunity.
So I think he'll go well there.
How did the Tigers play? Like I can't.
Yeah, not great.
Right?
Not great.
Let me just far out. Like Toto got like 295 running meters. 103 PCMs. Where's Tavita?
I don't know how.
126 running meters, 48 PCMs, 5 tackle breaks, 1 line break. Wow. Yeah, so Tigers. What are their names? Panthers. They're looking good. I think.
I forgot what I remembered about this game. Cleary actually quite rusty.
Yes, he dropped the ball a fuckload. That's what I remember.
Yeah, check his errors actually. That would be interesting because he had just like dropped it cold so many times, like just
5
passing
errors.
it. And he had
5 errors. Wow.
Yeah, he had.
Be better.
Yeah. And he was still able to like pull it together, and he did do some really good things. Like he definitely did, but yeah, he just kept dropping it.
Well, he did put a post up, and it was like, hopefully I lose the butter from my fingers or something for next week. They actually versus Parramatta, so that'll be like that actually will be a good game.
Yeah, that would be a good game.
Did you have anything else on the round that was?
I don't think so. I think that's about it.
I got 4 from 8 in the tipping comp. Now we are really like at the pointy, like we're at the climax of the fucking footy tipping comp. So I got 4 from 8.
I'm not sure how many. Hold on, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from 8.
5 from 8. So you did well. So there's been movement again on the footy tipping, the Chix leaderboard. I forgot what it was called then. I'm forgetting everything today. So Liz on 147, comfortably there. Britt Sager on 144, and Katie has taken her spot on the podium on 143. So she's just nudged Tar off. So girls, 1 week to go. So should we have organize like a Zoom thing or something with?
Yeah, potentially. We can discuss that in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll do this off air, but crown our winners. Otherwise, I'll have to listen to this, and I know they won't. All right, it's that time of the day.
Come on.
Yeah, Star and Marge, where we go and name 1 star, 1 Marge. All right, Peter, because I know that you've written notes, you can go first. Who's your star?
My star, I think I'm going to go with the sunny weather. I was also thinking about giving it to myself for being fully vaccinated. I just think everyone should go out there and get vaccinated. So
we've been saying get your jab for the last 3 weeks. So that's good that you took your own advice. So, but I'll give it to the sunny weather. Who was your star? Look, I like that, the sunny weather. I'm going to be doing a little bit of what we did yesterday and indulging in that sun later. But I've given mine to Joey because favourite hot boy, and I'm just disappointed that we won't get to see him rip and tear in the finals because the chat that he was possibly going to fucking the Warriors wanted him or the Broncos want him. I'm like, oh, don't. I even messaged him and I was like, don't you go to the Warriors.
I know. I don't want him to leave just without finishing out the season. That's such a sad way to end it. Surely you won't. But anyway, who was your Marge? Look, we don't want to go harp on about it too much, but it's obviously Trell this week. Yeah, I didn't want to. I was nervous to look. He was my Marge too, but we've already spoken about what we said. And look, I still like Latrell as a player. Oh, me too. I respect him. It was just a Marge this week. Yeah, it was a Marge move. And I've also put the bunkers and the fucking refs that take forever to make fucking decisions. Yeah. In relation to that incident. You know who could have been my star? Robbo, for just lighting up the bunker. I was just sitting in my bed. I was like, go off, queen. Yeah, he literally rips and tears. He does not give a flying fuck about what. No, and he was just taking names. I was like, oh my goodness, Robbo. Yeah, I love that. Good work, Robbo. All right, that's that segment done. Carrying along. We are on the very last game round, guys, of the 2021 NRL season. Now, it's been a weird old year, on and off the field. But this is round 25, so this is the last one. So this is the last one for our tipping comp. This is the last regular game season. So we will see pretty much half the teams drop off next week when we're on here dribbling and yarning. Alrighty. So Thursday night. So what day is it today? Wednesday. So this will be out before then. I'll probably do it today, actually. Raiders versus the Roosters. Obviously, I haven't used it in my pen and I've gone for the Roosters. Same. Wow. But interestingly, Morris is actually back this week, Josh Morris, as is Adam Kieran, and so is Ikavalu. Other favourite hot boys. And Crichton, obviously. Crichton's back from suspension. Back. Yes. Adam Kieran, Angus Crichton, Daniel Saluka Fafita, Jared Urea Hargraves, Josh Morris, Matt Ikavalu. Yeah.
Wow, that is a stacked side.
Well, I wouldn't say stacked.
Sorry, I'm pumping them up. Raiders have been playing good. Now, this is our margin game.
They've been playing great. Oh, is it? Oh, yes, it is. I think I've just gone 6.
Fuck off. I went 6 as well.
I think it'll be a close one.
Yeah, I think this will be close. So go the Roosters. We don't circle because everyone knows that that's who we go for. I don't know if you can see that because it's glary as fuck on my.
Also, Simonson is out for the Raiders, which I had down.
Yeah.
And Chance is actually back. Chance is starting for the first time.
Yeah, but he's no match for our boy, James. All right, Sharks versus Storm. First game on Friday night, 6:00.
I have gone Storm.
Yeah. Can I just say something? This week I've decided to just tip because I'm like coming third last. I'm just tipping for who I would be cheering for on the day.
See, but then that would make me want to go for Sharks because I don't like Storm that much.
Yeah, actually true. Well, that actually just makes no sense because I've tipped the Storm too.
I will say though, Storm have Jesse Bromwich, Munster and Munster rested, and Hines is coming in at 6.
Wow, they have like heaps of ins on their list and heaps of outs. So who's
also Moylan's starting this week?
Moylan's in. So Moylan and Nico up against one another. Jerome and Trindle. So wait, who's on their bench? Harry Grant and like 3 forwards, I'm guessing.
I still think that Storm's going to do it.
Oh, guys.
I'm losing it.
Yeah, it's late in the day. No, it's not.
Oh, I forgot to say for the Roosters too, Sam Walker's starting on the bench.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Wait, who's the other halfback then?
Hutchinson and Lamb.
Radio.
Our favourites.
That's all right. I've had more respect for Hutchinson as the season goes on.
Yeah, me too.
Lamb has to prove himself. All right.
I felt a bit sorry for him playing centre.
Well, we did get fucking nailed into the ground.
Actually, I don't know. Was I telling you this? Was it? I think this must have been the It must have been on against South. It was like we had we got tackled right just outside of our own in goal.
Yeah.
And so obviously like the next run had to be like run from back in the in goal and get us, further.
Oh, yeah.
And like it's like the first tackle of the set. And they gave it to Lockie Lamb, who's just come like charging from the in goal to get out. And the South West just folded him and pushed him straight back into the in goal.
Yeah,
why would you send Lockie Lamb? Actually, no, I think he might have managed to stay in the field of play actually. But like, why would they send the smallest boy?
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know. Anyway, let's not talk about that game ever again.
Yeah.
So this will probably be the game of the round on the weekend. Eels versus the Panthers.
I've actually gone the Panthers.
Yeah, I've gone the Panthers too. Just like I purely like the Panthers over.
Yeah, me too. Also, Paulo, Gutho, Nathan Brown are all rested as well.
And Mitch Moses and Waka. How do you say his name?
Wanga Blake. Is Mitch Moses rested too?
Yep. So They got Jacob Arthur and Will Smith.
Yeah, I think that Panthers do it. Panthers are at full strength as well.
Yeah, they've got no outs. So I think they need to get Tavita to put on another tight jersey and just fucking truck that up the guts because that was hot.
Yeah.
I should be able to watch that one. We'll be coming off day work. All right, Super Saturday. We've got the Broncos taking on the Knights.
On the Knights.
Yeah, I've gone the Knights because, like I said, I'm just going for teams that I'm going for.
Yeah, I don't like the Broncos. Last time at week, I didn't pick the Knights and they won. And I do have a bit of a soft spot for the Knights. So I was like, I'll just pick them. Yeah, but Barnett, Brayley, and Jacob Safidi are all rested. Flegler is out for the Broncos.
Hunt.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, as well. There's a fair few ins for both teams, but yeah, I don't know. Newcastle has sort of been able to ice games the last couple of weeks. Like Pierce is playing
really well.
But then now there's this yarn that he's going to the Tigers as well. And I was like,
yeah, I did read that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
I
feel like they need him. I feel like if Pierce left, Ponga wouldn't be far behind.
Imagine the fucking hospital balls he'd throw Pierce.
Hey. Cowboys versus Manly. I've gone Manly.
Manly, yeah. I don't know if there's any interest.
I don't think there was any huge changes for the sides. Tamalolo's back to 13 instead of playing prop like he did on the weekend.
Yeah, cool. Don't really care. I think Manly have got that in the bag. I know that they're coming off a win, Cowboys, but I think Manly will be too silky for them.
Yeah.
Bunnies
Rabbits versus Dragons.
Sorry, we just spoke over the top of each other.
Sorry.
Like we said last week. Like we said last week, doing this over Zoom is a fucking period cramp. That's what it's described as. So we can talk over the top of each other without even noticing sometimes.
It's a lot easier to talk over the top of each other in person because you kind of like vibe it out, whereas like sometimes I'm not. Anyway, we're going on to the Rabbits versus Dragons game.
I've gone the Rabbitohs, even though
me too.
Fucking a million people out.
Yeah, Reynolds, Gagai, Cook, and Knight are all being rested.
And Tom Burgess.
Tom Burgess. Taff is into one who I really like Taff. So
the other boy there, Tane Milne, you froth on him too.
I just think he scores lots of tries. I don't really froth on him.
Okay, fair enough.
Lomax is out obviously with his hand, and Ben Hunt is possibly back this week, but not confirmed.
Yeah, he's not on the list. Oh, there's Freddie Lustig.
Yeah, right.
Playing for the Dragons.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We literally have him on loan at the moment. I'm like, are we in a position to be loaning players out?
Well, I mean, we don't really need a hooker.
No, I mean, Marshke's not. Although Marshke had a good game on the weekend when he came on.
We're probably not
I'm assuming though, I would assume that he's done something wrong.
Not to be shafted.
Yeah, he obviously has had some sort of disagreement with the Roosters. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been loaning him out with this many players out because he's not a bad hooker.
He was good. Big lanky prick too.
Yeah, so I think that I would assume there's something that's going on behind closed doors with him and he won't be at the club much longer.
Look, we'll get it. We'll report back to that. But anyway, we can spread that for the meantime.
Spread it. Lustig's getting sacked.
We're not sure what for, but all right, Sunday, Titans Warriors.
What are the Titans?
All right, this is going to make it hard. But yeah, I've gone the Warriors purely because I think that's who I'm just going to be cheering for.
I also go for the Warriors, but I think that the Titans probably have more to play for.
Yeah, true, because they are coming 10th. So it's like them.
I think if the Titans win, they can potentially get in the 8.
Yeah, so it's them, the Warriors, and the Raiders that are all opting for that last spot.
Oh, really? I thought Warriors weren't an option.
I'm sure it was. Or maybe it was.
I think it's Warriors, Sharks, Titans, Sharks, and Raiders are the ones fighting for it. I think the Warriors are potentially out.
Oh yeah, sorry, I lied.
Yeah, which is
maybe I'll just
the Titans. I don't know. I thought maybe the Titans had a bit more to play for and might show up.
And they haven't and they act like they didn't play that bad against Newcastle.
No, and who did the Warriors lose to this week?
The Raiders.
Yeah, right.
Like we said,
they got a good start.
But you got to have a good finish too. You got to finish strong.
You do. Anyway, I've gone the Titans.
All right. Well, I've gone the Warriors.
Yeah. Although they do have Ash Taylor out.
Oh, and also out as well.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Who knows? I might change that. Sunday. This is the biggest beater bowl to finish off the last round of the NRL Premiership. The Tigers versus the Dogs.
I've gone the Dogs.
So have I.
I'm the Dogs.
I've gone the Dogs because I fucking refuse to tip the Tigers for the rest of this season. This is my last opportunity to tip them. But I'm going the Dogs purely off the back of the fact that they have been playing decent footy. So
they have been playing good footy, and I think this is their one chance to prove that they can win a game. And I just think surely they can do it against the Tigers. The Tigers have got no Dewey too.
Yeah, Dewey's gone, so there's some strike. Fuck the Tigers, eh? I was even saying to my dad,
doggies.
I even said to my dad this morning, because like we were talking about Tiger Town, because I was like, I don't even know if I can be bothered watching the next episode.
Same. I haven't watched it.
No, I haven't watched it yet either. I've been fucking pumping Underbelly. Like I literally watched a whole season pretty much yesterday after my like bake in the sun. So yeah. Dad was like, surely they could have picked like a better club to fucking film. I was like, yeah, bro, we spoke about this last week on my podcast if you listened.
Also, like nothing against Madge Maguire at all, because I honestly don't know what he's like at a coach. Like I've seen what's there, and he seems like a nice enough bloke and whatever. He seems like he does a pretty good job. But like, I feel like if I was going to watch it, I want to watch a coach that's got runs on the board and that's like.
That's why I like the Storm or the Roosters or I don't know, even
like
something
the
that Wayne
Panthers.
Bennett. Yeah, or
Wayne Bennett, anything other way, like that would be interesting to watch because you could see how good coaches coach. But at the same time, I don't think those good coaches are going to like give away their secrets in a doco.
Yeah, because like there's been no secrets fucking leaked from the Tigers camp other than they lose a lot. Sorry to our two listeners that go for the Tigers, Brooke and Carla. And Scott, actually, Hot Scott from up in Scone. Alrighty. Hopefully the Dogs beat them and hopefully we get 8 from 8 and who knows how the tipping comp will fucking fizzle out. So with our multi this week, our penthouse multi, what were we talking about?
We were going to say we're going to pick the winner and obviously just like by how much, like 1 to 12 or 13 plus. Big win, little win basically for every game.
Beauty. Alrighty. So we've obviously both gone the Chooks.
And we also both said 6. So I'm assuming Chookies 1 to 12.
Roosters 1 to 12.
Yeah.
I probably don't need to write this down if I'm doing it with you.
Yeah. So then we've got Sharks versus Melbourne.
Wait, can I just ask a question? Are you picking them head to head and 1 to 12 or just?
Nah, just do the 1 to 12 if you're doing it in a big multi because otherwise it'll cancel it out.
Yep. Cool. Love that. So Storm versus Sharks.
I actually was inclined to do 1 to 12, I think I wrote.
For the Storm?
Oh, no, maybe I wrote 13. I had 13 plus, but also they've got like Bromwich, Munster and such out.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with whatever you're thinking.
Yeah, I reckon 1 to 12 is fine.
Yeah, it's more value.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, surely, like, we haven't won on any of these, so why are we... Holy fuck. Parramatta are paying $13 against Panthers.
That has to be a mistake.
Fuck, man. Oh my God. Para 13 plus is $46.
I guess because they've got so many out.
That's worth fucking just throwing a cheeky...
$1 on sure.
You may make your units back.
Yeah, that's hectic. They shouldn't be paying that much, but also I do have Panthers to win. I actually originally had Panthers 1 to 12. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a fucking blowout.
But they also don't have like Moses, Brown, Gutho.
We just play this one safe then.
So, what do you reckon?
Let's just go 13 plus. We'll play this one safe.
Okay.
All right, where are we up to? Broncos versus
the Knights. I think Knights 1 to 12.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think it'll be a blowout.
All right. Manly versus the North Queensland. I definitely think it'll be Manly 13 plus.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they'll be ripping and a tearing. Bunnies versus St. George. Now, even though there's still a lot, this is another weird one because they got heaps out as well.
Yeah. Who are the halves in for the Rabbits now that Reynolds is out? It'll be Walker and...
Where are they? So it is Benji and Lachlan Elias. Benny Elias' son? Oh, yeah, someone I've never even heard of.
Oh, do we go... They're paying the exact same amount, 1 to 12 and 13 plus, which is wild.
Oh, well, I guess it doesn't really fucking matter then.
What do you reckon?
Let's just go 1 to 12. Because the Dragons are only paying $2.10. So they're probably thinking, do you reckon it'll be a blowout? I don't reckon it'll be like last week.
I don't know.
Actually, fuck it. Let's go 13 plus.
It makes me like upset to think that like the Dragons would get beat by less than us.
Yeah, I know, because they fucking beat her as.
Which is why I'm saying let's go 13 plus.
Done. 13 plus. 2 to go.
Now we had separate things on this one, so
that's all right. I'm happy to go with the Titans for this because the Titans are the favorite.
I only had them 1 to 12.
Value there.
Yeah, that's
if Warriors play all right, the gap might not be that. Now this is where the fucking real value is going to come, guys.
Dogs 1 to 12.
Dogs 1 to 12. $4. Yum. That's juicy friggin' odds. Alrighty. What have you got?
Look, this one's not as big as it normally is, but for $1, you can get $2,356.04.
Mine says 5 cents, so that's weird.
Ooh. Wow.
Ooh. I will be popping $1 on that.
Me too.
And we will post that one. Oops, I just need to.
Yeah, so we thought we'd change up the multi this time.
Look, we haven't had that much luck. The multi will be consistent throughout the finals. Do you reckon? Do you reckon we still keep doing ridiculous multis throughout the finals, or we just
we'll keep doing multis. We'll keep doing multis for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't want to stop. And then obviously,
this is our last few weeks. Like, how am I going to get rich in the off season? You've got to do it. Like any opportunity you get.
We put the post up yesterday about sort of like it's not really a rebrand. We're still Fun Fresh and Footy, but obviously we won't be talking about rugby league for an hour and a half.
We'll also be talking about rugby league, I think, when it becomes relevant.
Yeah, when it's like a topic of discussion. Like it's just called off topic because we're just like, as you are aware, like we just fucking dribble on and go on tangents all over the place. So we probably still will be talking majority of rugby league. If there's any topics that you guys want us to talk about, please send them through because we're more than happy to chew the fat. And
we might even put like a question box on our Insta page each week for you can send through any like questions at all that you want to ask us.
That's a good idea
about
actually.
Our opinions on anything, or like literally just ask us questions about, it doesn't matter what it is, and we'll answer them like at the end of the show maybe.
One.
Yes.
I reckon that's a great idea.
Yeah, and I think obviously there's a big summer of cricket coming up, so we'll be able to talk some cricket. There's lots of things.
Rip and tear into the cricket a bit more, so we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I think because we'll just be able to talk about whatever the fuck we want. Like,
yeah,
we won't be like, I won't be looking at the thing going, oh fuck, it's like half an hour in and we haven't even started the preview yet. The review. All right. Now I wore this Just Do It shirt particularly because I want you to, once you finish listening to this, pause it, stop it, go to our Instagram page at Fun Fresh and Footy, follow it, go to our YouTube, subscribe, jump on Spotify and make sure you are subscribed so it's coming up in your thing. Just do it. Do us a favor and just do it.
Just do it.
Petey, I got an email this morning that our grateful shirts are coming from YKTR today. So I thought we'd just finish on something that we're grateful for, I guess, because Petey and I are getting these shirts. I'm too nervous to make them to her because I mailed her fucking something else and it got yoinked out of her letterbox. So I don't know when you'll get it.
Yeah.
Something just to finish, something that you're grateful for today, because we'll be rocking our grateful shirts.
Me?
Yeah. What is there something that you want to?
So I'm grateful for the weather.
Yeah, I agree. When I was running this morning, I just thought I'm grateful to be running in this nice weather. Weather's turned it on for my days off, so I'm keen to.
Yes.
Finish
I'm
this.
also going to go and lay in the sun after this.
Yeah, I'm going to put sunblock on today, but I didn't put any sunblock on yesterday.
I've been putting it on my face, but not everywhere else. I've been trying to catch a bit of a tan.
Yeah, but I don't want to get fucking skin cancer either. So,
That's
I
true.
Glow out in the sun. Again, we just want to thank Dr. V for sponsoring the show. We love you guys. And remember the discount code FFF at the cash register. You get 25% off. Make sure you're staying at home. Staying safe, get your 2 vaccinations. so we can all
get
kind
vaccinated.
Get
soon,
vaccinated.
Remember, soon we're going to be allowed in groups of 5 in parks to have picnics if you're vaccinated. So is that
going to be like in your own LGA, or can I fucking come up and see you?
Sure. I think it's okay if you come from an LGA, like as long as you're not coming from like an LGA of concern to another LGA, but
fair enough.
Check
in on your family and friends, guys. I got something called my too. Check in on your family and friends. I've already talked about following us. Feed your pets, water your plants, gamble responsibly. Now, that's it. For another week of Fun Fresh and Footy, the podcast with terrible tips, great yarns, and absolutely zero editing. Well, not much editing. Like, I know sometimes
I appreciate all the editing you do.
It's very minimal, but look, it's basically zero editing. Like, I don't really know what I'm fucking doing half the time, so things may pop up if you're watching us on YouTube. And I will have to somehow get the fucking intro to come in so you can
Should be fine.
Yeah, so if you can hear this, Peter, this means that it's done. So it was great to see you. I can't wait.
You too.
I can't wait for this lockdown to be finished and we can have that glorious day out together.
Can't wait.
All right, till next week.
All I do is win.